Greetings and salutations. I just feel like starting it that way. Welcome to our WrestleMania pre-show weekend show. I am the host, Marcus, the grand finale, and I'm joined by, I don't know how to throw it to, Manny first?
How uncomfortable do you feel as being host right now?
This might be the best. This might be the best show ever, just to see how Marcus cringed at hosting, because he's just trying to put his foot in without much practice. It takes
there was not no practice, and I didn't know I was doing this today, and I'm on very limited sleep because I just got off work a few hours ago. I feel like.
And spoiler, he may have just finished recording the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. just point that out.
Wearing the same clothes.
Yep. Or laundry machines. Or abracadabra, bitch.
Well, I'm Eric, the hater.
Today. That's still the real date today, the 2nd of April, 2022, when this intends to come out.
Please stop pointing at your penis, Manny. Please stop pointing at your penis.
I'm Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes.
All right. Now that we got those introductions out the way, let's run through the card of this WrestleMania weekend, guys. And as this is my hosting voice, I am going to only use this to start the show. Throughout it, it's just going to be rants and chaos. All right. The first thing we're going to talk about is NXT Stand and Deliver 2022, Manny. 2022.
Fuck off.
Wow. Wow.
For those who don't know, Manny sent me the link to the wrong card, and that's why I'm emphasizing 2022.
Marcus,
right.
He could have not sent you anything. You just want to point that out. I understand you're trying to be the Prince of Petty right now, but you don't bite the hand that feeds you, Marcus. You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
No, the voice also changes. He was sounding like a game show host a few seconds ago. Now he's sounding like he's the regular angry Marcus or the Pog. POG.
Oh no, PSD with a POG. Oh, I was going to do this verbatim, and that's why I'm like, I can do this off memory. But let's go over the NXT card right off the jump. Toxic Attraction. Gigi Dolan and her tag team partner versus Raquel Gonzales and Dakota Kai. Eric, who do you got, and what are your predictions for this match?
This is a very interesting match because the reunion of Raquel and Dakota, it kind of came out the blue. I guess it just figured out that Vince was like, Raquel, we don't need her on our roster just yet. I think them retaining the title really depends on if Mandy's retaining the title, and I don't think that she is. I feel like Raquel Gonzales and Dakota Kai will win the NXT titles because I feel like Toxic Attraction are going to take their talents to the main roster for some reason.
Manny, Gigi and her tag partner have been champions for a long time.
Don't disrespect JC, man.
I forgot her name already. Jeff Jarrett's daughter, JC James, Double J. Are we going to defend their titles? You have them winning or losing? How do you have this going?
I got them losing. It feels like the end of Toxic Attraction on NXT from the way this is going. They've been pushed back into a corner, and I feel like when it all starts again after WrestleMania, Toxic Attraction will be the attraction on either Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this being allegedly a pre-show match?
I'm okay with it. It's already a long show. It's going to be, again, let's just get it all out the way. This weekend has so many wrestling matches. If I were to miss this match and, Toxic Attraction loses, it's fine, I don't mind it.
And, Marcus, to critique your hosting ability, I don't think that this will be the first match. I really think the first match that was going to start the card was going to be Ciampa versus Tony D'Angelo.
No, well, that's an emotional match. No, Ciampa's going to get top billing. It's farewell matches go in the middle somewhere, if not the main event.
Or then it would be LA Knight versus Gunther.
Maybe. We'll see. Just let me run through the card, all right?
Okay.
Let me run through the card.
Mark, you have to control your guests on the show. That's one of the parts of being a host, man. You got to control them.
Are you trying to be out of control like me and Marcus on your show on Saturday?
Yeah. Stop trying to rebel, all right? You're like a 50-year-old deciding to wear his hat backwards. Stop rebelling.
Wow.
All right. Manny, I'm going to you. As Eric brought up, the newly named GUNTHER is fighting LA Knight in a match that I think will be a slobber knocker of a match because, Gunther doesn't disappoint ever. He's going to beat the shit out of LA Knight. But, Manny, what are your predictions for this match?
Well, as Gunther said last week, LA Knight does a lot of talking. His mouth talks himself into matches, but he never wins. And I think that logic is going to continue as Gunther chops the hell out of LA Knight. He's going to chop the L out of his. He's going to chop the A out of his name, and he will just be L Knight. Loser Knight.
L Knight. Yeah. Eric, how do you feel about this match?
Yeah, let me talk to you. LA Knight might be one of my favorite worst people in NXT for whatever reason, because he's just entertaining to me. I mean, even when he LA Knight and drops his elbow, he's gonna lose to Gunther. He's losing to Gunther. I think it's gonna be a slobber knocker of a match. I think it's gonna be a very good match to make Gunther look like a monster. And I feel like this is gonna be a very fun match. It's gonna be a very underrated match, but I think it's gonna be a good time. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I have also Gunther winning this match and just mollywopping this old man. Oh no, I believe they're not too distant. Oh no, Walter actually looks older than LA Knight, even though I think he's younger.
Younger than him.
Yeah, he's like 5 years younger. So the match I think that's probably going to start the show, because I think if I was going to start the show off hot, I'm using some of the best athletes I have, and I'm starting with Imperium, Fabian Aichner, and Marcel Barthel versus the Creed brothers, Brutus Creed and Julius Creed, with Malcolm Bivens against MSK, unknown what that stands for, Nash and Wesley.
I just want to point out he read that verbatim, everybody. He didn't even he didn't make any edits right there, just read it.
No, I did. I took some of the last names out and stuff. That's called Nash and stuff.
Fun fact, Walter is younger than all of us.
Yeah, I knew that. I know. He's like 34, right? 34?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Eric, on the show this week, I declare Fabian Aichner the next Cesaro. And I have Imperium winning this match. What do you have?
Well, I think in this situation, Imperium has to retain. I think they have to keep their titles to keep Gunther looking strong going forward until he gets into the title picture. I appreciate you picking Aichner. I'm more of a Barthel kind of guy. I think he's the one who's going to be the future star because he has the right amount of smugness that I enjoy.
Wait, Eric, before you continue your point, Marcus's point was the next Cesaro.
No, but I also think that Barthel has a good point of being the next Cesaro too, because he talks and it's like it's okay.
He can talk. He has a personality and a look. Barthel can talk a little bit, but he's more of the in-ring athleticism that's freaky shit. Bartel's a basic wrestler. Might be a Wade Barrett or something. But what you got for this match?
Yeah, I have Imperium. I think they retain the title. I don't think the Creed brothers are ready for the titles yet, and I don't know if MSK, for whatever reason, everybody has mixed emotions about MSK. They're kind of just there for me. I don't hate them. I don't dislike them. I didn't care when they were the Radicals. It's like I think their best time that they had in NXT is when they were with Riddle, the Shaman, and I think that's like their best match. And like right now, they're just kind of there in my eyes. I'm more Briggs and Jensen over MSK.
Oh,
yeah, I said it.
Smoking Guns love, Manny
2.0, baby. Smoking Guns 2.0, and they got a Sunny too. Oh yeah.
Please sit down, please.
Yeah.
Please sit that noise down.
A real host would have a mute button to stop me, but you can't because I'm uncontrollable, pal.
Who are you, modern day Butterbean? Anyway, Manny. Yeah, Manny. What is your results for this match? How do you think it's gonna go?
I think Imperium are gonna retain. I think whoever is come after the Creed brothers who attacked them, how they still don't know who that is, even though they keep sending them threatening texts or threatening videos via text. I think they're gonna come and get the Creed brothers. I think I still have Imperium winning, and I think Gunther, after his match with LA Knight, going for gold.
So that's an interesting aspect about this. The mystery guys attacking the Creeds and vandalizing their room. Who do you think is the one attacking? And Eric, who's your guess? And then I go to Manny.
I feel like it's going to be somebody we don't know that has signed with WWE. I feel like it's going to be a new team because I think NXT hasn't given anybody any surprises in a long time with someone being in the audience or someone popping out the blue. So why not debut a new tag team that attack them in the back? I mean, I think it would be a good opportunity, and also it can maybe give a little bit more controversy to Imperium retaining their titles. That's just what I think. I don't know who though.
I disagree with you being a mystery. I think people are going to know who these people are because you don't do mystery angles without it's a surprise. You don't want that "Who are you?" chant. Manny, who you got?
Jacket time.
The suspects I never considered. Those vandals, those bastards. The jacket time. Is that your real answer?
No, I have no clue. I'm guessing it's someone that's training at the PC that they're looking to bring up at the expense of the Creed brothers. Maybe, who are you gonna say, Eric?
Maybe it's Harlan and that black guy that was staring at Harlan in the audience, which is still disturbing.
No. So that guy I saw that guy wrestle up on. I didn't see him wrestle. I saw the thumbnail of him on NXT Level Up. That guy's got bigger titties than all three of us combined.
You know, but he made me think of Odyssey Jones. Whatever happened to Odyssey Jones?
He's injured. He's done his knee.
Oh, okay. You know what? Maybe it's Chase U that attacked him. That would be fun. I would appreciate seeing Bodie and Andre do it. But Andre strikes me as a person who just confronts you. What about you? What say you, Marcus?
All right, and here's the correct answer. Because NXT UK is WWE's real farm system. I think they're going to bring somebody over. And I'm saying it's going to be people who you thought were faces. And I'm going with Mustache Mountain with the attack on the Creed brothers.
I was hoping Pretty Deadly, personally.
I think after you said NXT UK, my mind would have went to Pretty Deadly. But that video clip where one of them was wearing those snakeskin boots.
That's true. That's true.
And then I can finally see who I've been cheering that I've never seen before. But
you see the wrestler once or twice. You see the wrestler at once.
No, Marcus, I've never seen Pretty Deadly wrestle at all.
The beautiful elves.
Marcus, I saw a picture of them, and the first thing I said, "Oh, they look like all the Japanese RPGs that I like to play." God damn it, that's Sephiroth right there. I'm gonna be a fan.
Next match. Mandy Rose, Jade, Io Shirai, and Kaylee Ray for the NXT Women's title. And most of us feel like the Toxic Attraction will be taking the attraction to Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. So Mandy should be losing this title. But to who? I have Kaylee Ray with the win on this one instead of the Cora Jade. Manny, what say you?
I definitely think it's Cora Jade. It's not Kaylee Ray because she's too Scottish, and unfortunately, she's not understandable by American audiences. They'll probably need subtitles for her. That's my thinking. Her Scottish accent's too thick. It's more thicker than Drew McIntyre. You can just about understand. You can sometimes understand Doudrop, but yeah, it's too thick. It's too thick for American audiences.
Eric, is she too thick? Her accent
is her voice too thick?
It's her voice like Nikita Lyons, and it's just too thick for Vince McMahon to be like, I can put the belt on.
I'm gonna take another round, just be a little bit. Her eye candy appeal is just not right up there. I mean, you can't go from Mandy Rose to Kaylee Ray. You just can't do it. You just can't. That's why
you can't go to a wrestler.
They're a big fan of Dream Chasers, and I think that's why we got this package this week of young Cora Jade chasing her dream to be a Divas champion, although she realized that belt was defunct, so now she has to settle for the NXT championship. And I think putting the belt on a 19-year-old is a bad idea, but I think that's the idea that they're going to go with because, hey, she's cute, she had a dream, and she's okay in the ring. I mean, why not?
I'm just going to say for the record, I don't really like her in the ring. I'm not really I don't see anything special about her, her little skateboard. I would not put the belt on her. I'll wait. Rock on.
Marcus, most people said they wouldn't have put the belt on Mandy, but they did it. So, I mean,
I wouldn't have put the belt on Mandy, but then once you did it, you're like, you know what? Mandy and Ziggler are doing the damn thing from main roster going down and feel like main event players.
I mean, I mean, it's a chance that Mandy retains. I mean, there is a chance, but I don't think they give the title back to Io, and I just don't think they go with Kaylee Ray. I think Mandy's right. I think the Scottish accent might just be a little bit too much for them. But like, I don't know if I'm ready for this just yet. That's why I think it's either going to be Cora or it's going to be Mandy.
and Io needs to go. He needs to leave.
Io needs to go main roster or go back home.
He's been there forever.
Go back to Japan and Stardom.
As my mother and probably grandmother and probably random black women across the world, you either shit or get off the pot with Io, and it's time to throw her somewhere else. All right, next match: Tony D'Angelo versus Tommaso Ciampa in the final, maybe-ish match of the Tommaso Ciampa. Eric, you said earlier you get emotional when Ciampa was going over his speech in his chair, and then he did throw the chair. He made it look like a gravesite. How do you feel this match is going to go to Manny's favorite wrestler, Tony D?
Well, I'm telling you, Tony D is going to win this match, but I think Ciampa is going to lead to giving Tony D probably the best match that he's had or probably will ever have in NXT. And I think we might leave with, like with Ciampa leaving a piece of himself inside of the ring. I think this could be a strong candidate for match of the night. I really, and that's saying a lot. That is saying a lot, especially because we have not talked about the A Champions Challenge. But I think Ciampa
and WrestleMania Night 1.
and I think Ciampa. I'm just talking about sending for Stand and Deliver, Marcus. I think Ciampa.
You said of the night.
Hey, I stand by what I said. It's ludicrous, but Tony D, because it would just make Manny so mad. I can't believe Tony D had the best match of the night. This is ridiculous. This was a trash weekend.
I can feel my eye twitching with hate.
I saw it, Manny. I saw the hate in your heart.
So, Manny, we know where you're going with this, but explain yourself.
I want the nice send-off for Tommaso Ciampa because I hate Tony D'Angelo and I don't want him becoming the new Don of the streets because I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Means. I don't know why he needs to be the new Don of the streets and the king of the streets. And if anything, the Street Fighter Solo Sikoa should have some words about that because I ain't accepting Tony D king of the streets.
And what does the street has to do with NXT 2.0? I don't know why you bringing the streets into NXT 2.0. I don't know.
It is the most dangerous brand in WWE. You've seen that parking lot. Random attacks. And they're back. They're back. All right, moving on to my main event of the night, which I think I'm more excited about this than anything else. Mr. Carmelo Hayes with Trick Williams accompanying him at ringside. Eric's boy Santos Escobar.
Marcus, I have 4 of my boys in this match. I'm in a rock and a hard place right now. 4 of these people are my boys.
The cousin of the tribal chief, Solo Sikoa. The next Miz, Grayson Waller. And to the moon himself, I ain't never win, but I'm doing it for my daddy, Cameron Grimes.
Yeah, he was a North American champion at one point, but
no, he wasn't.
He wasn't?
No,
I thought he had it.
He was a $1 million champion.
Oh,
yeah, he never won.
Damn.
Manny, who do you have in this probably standout match of the weekend? Potential.
If it isn't Cameron Grimes, whoever books NXT has no soul.
It's Sean. It's Sean, Manny. It's Sean.
Because they have been bumming me out for weeks with this. I've been trying to do it for my father before he died storyline, and if he loses, I don't see no comeback for him.
Your boy Mello and Trick are they, like Manny said, he's going for Grimes, and Grimes is your boy. If Mello and Trick loses this title, what happens to them? What do you got?
So Marcus, I don't, as I said about Toxic Attraction, I also feel the same about Mello and Trick. I don't think they're long for this world in NXT. I think that they have a character and they might be moving on. However, as much as I would love to see Cameron Grimes get the title, the story that they have built up about him doing it for his father and him getting this opportunity and stuff, I think so much more could be made. Because when he's about to grab the title, the biggest asshole in this entire match takes the title from him, Grayson Waller, and the next thing you know, he becomes the most hated man in NXT. And I think that's the way I would book it, because then you could go into a feud with Waller versus Cameron Grimes post this match.
Shout out to Senga for going to be involved. Who's going to take a bigger bump, Senga or Trick? Who's taking the bigger bump? Manny, you first.
Senga, man.
Trick's taking the biggest bump. Senga can't do anything.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with Eric. I'm going with Grayson Waller to win the A title in this match and costing Grimes and, give you that heartbreaking heel heat. I can imagine him in his Aussie accent going, I don't give a care about your daddy.
Yeah. I mean,
He did.
and,
He did.
and I hate discrediting Santos Escobar like that because I like Santos too, or Melo. I mean, I like all these guys. The only person I don't care about is Solo Sikoa. I feel like he's just gonna be the guy who sets up a lot of stuff for all the spots in the match. That's where I think he goes in. I
If
mean,
Solo wins, we all riot. I think.
I'd be okay if Solo wins.
I wouldn't hate it, but I think the wrestling community is going to riot.
But
I
I think
if,
Sammy
if
is
Roman
great.
only Roman's gonna and
if
Roman's
Roman
gonna
turns
win.
up, if Roman turns up at Stand and Deliver, and helps Solo Sikoa win, or sends the Usos to do it, no one's booing that shit.
No. See the
No.
bloodline, that they would be really happy to be like, oh shit, the bloodline's here.
Betty. So if the bloodline show up, you forget about all of Cameron Grimes' daddy problems, huh?
But that's his problem at that point. I don't care about his problems.
The Legion's lie. All right, so the main event of the night, Bron Breakker, Rick Steiner's son, his nephew to Scott Steiner, against Dolph Ziggler, who's finally having his moment as a champion.
He's here to show the world, man.
I am enjoying Dolph Ziggler as champion, and I'm going to go on a limb here and say Dolph Ziggler will retain this title and stand and deliver in this match. I think they should keep him as champion, keep him and Bobby on NXT, and let them kind of grow the future as Bron Breakker moves on to bigger and better things on the main roster and do things Ziggler will never get the opportunity to do. Manny, what about you?
I 100% in agreement with you. I think there was reports of him starting to start traveling with Raw. I think that's the case now. I think Bron Breakker is moving up. I think this is the farewell to NXT, even though he's probably had about 20 matches and he's moving to the main roster.
He probably had less matches than Von Wagner, who is going to be down there for a long time.
I hate when it's a unanimous idea. So before we get to my opinion, I want to point out the question that needs to be answered is what's more important, being the son of Rick Steiner or being the nephew of Scott Steiner? Because that's
Scott.
And that's
I honestly can't tell you anything special about Rick Steiner. And even Ryan, who was like, what was special about Rick Steiner? He rolled around the ring, barked, to pretend to pee on people. That was his daddy.
Well, since that has been settled, I do think that Dolph Ziggler retains his title because for whatever reason, and this could just be me, in my world of NXT, and I know it's not 2.0, it's not even black and gold, but for some reason, the way that Bobby looked at Dolph Ziggler with that title a couple of weeks ago on NXT, I feel like Bobby's going to turn on Dolph and try to get that title for himself so he can go back to those glorious years of being an NXT champion. Because that's the only time that Bobby was glorious.
Yep. Agreed. So that's NXT. So the last question I'm going to ask for you guys, quick question. Stand and Deliver, better show than WrestleMania itself, night one. Manny, what you got?
No?
Eric, what do you got? Better than night one of WrestleMania?
I don't think so because I think everybody is too green to really carry the show out. I mean, like, next year, when these people are a little bit more established and they have more of an identity, I think it can give a run for the money. But when you go back to the previous NXT shows that took place before WrestleMania, it was veterans who've been in the game for a long time in the indies. These guys, like literally, they're cutting their teeth in NXT. So I give them some time. But I'm open for the surprise, man. I am open for them to try to steal the show.
I got them still in the weekend as being the best WWE show. Because I think it's going to be short, concise. I think the ladder match is probably going to be amazing. I think the tag match is going to be really good. I think Gunther and LA Knight is going to be good. I think there's not going to be a bad match on the show, and I think they saved Mandy Rose by making that a fatal four-way. So I have it being the better show, as in it's being short. All the matches are going to be good. You're going to have some nice moments here and there, and it's going to be a solid show, and everybody's going to complain about night one of WrestleMania. Yes.
I like how you said that the Fatal 4-Way saved Mandy Rhodes. No, it saved the masses from watching Cora Jade try to carry a match by herself.
Well,
because although
Although
I think Cora Jade is going to win this, I know for a fact she's going to be an awful champion, and it'll probably be a short-lived championship.
The two best wrestlers in this match are not winning. Just saying. Let's put that out there. Just put that out there. All right. On to later, a few hours later. I don't know how they're going to do it. Do they go straight to pre-show after NXT to get to WrestleMania? I don't know. but we're about to go over the WrestleMania Night 1 card. And the match I think might start the show will be Seth freaking Rollins versus his to-be-determined opponent. Whether it's Shane, Veer, Triple H lying about retirement, the Boogeyman, whoever else is out there. Manny, who's the opponent for Seth? How's the match going to go? And anything else that surrounds this?
So I think the Saudi blood money have got involved in this, and it will be Mansoor versus Seth freaking Rollins.
Been awfully quiet this WrestleMania.
He's been very quiet, or it's Mustafa Ali. No, it's going to be Cody from what everyone's saying. And maybe we get the theatrics of Cody from AEW. Maybe we don't. I don't know. The match will be better than 3 stars because it's Seth freaking Rollins.
All right, Eric, who you got? Who's the wrestler and all that?
As I said in my demo show called The Shoot, that's available on our audio feed, so please subscribe to the Sharpshooters audio feed where you can pick up The Shoot here and there, is that it makes all the sense for Cody to be in this position. However, Cody is still not that guy. Like, he is still Cody at the end of the day. I said that you can replace Cody with my thought of a rematch from WrestleMania 37, and you could put Cesaro in the situation, and it'll be about the same type of reaction if it's Cesaro or Cody. Both names start with C.
So.
But it will be a better match. It will be a better match with Cesaro, but I think it'll about be the same. You mean
the same?
But I think for me, being a Cody fan, I want to see Cody here. I want to see Cody with the over-the-top pyro from AEW, but I know it's not going to go anywhere. That's the thing about it.
Brandy.
Huh? I don't think Brandy's coming, man. I don't think Brandy. I think Vince could say, we don't need Brandy. We just want you, Cody.
But I don't come unless my wife comes first.
Then we don't sign you. All right, Vince, I'll sign.
Very sexual now. Think about how I said that.
But Marcus, I don't think this is going to be open in the show. I really don't.
I haven't been a nice way to start it. I don't know where this is going to fit in the card. It's a lot going on this weekend, so I'm going to throw a curveball and say it's not Cody, and it's not Shane McMahon. Maybe they sneak in and put John Cena in this match with Seth Rollins.
I don't think so.
Marcus,
he can relate to being somebody that hasn't had an opponent at WrestleMania. I'm just being devil's advocate because I believe
Marcus,
it's probably Cody.
I'll tell you this right now. If it was going to be John Cena, they would have told us it was John Cena. They're not going to miss the opportunity to hype it up because John Cena, whether you hate him or love him, he still put butts in seats. So I don't think that's going to be him.
Okay. All right. Next match on the card, Jimmy and Jay Usos, barring any arrest this weekend, against Cora and Rick Boogs. Manny, who do you got in this tag team championship match?
I've got the Usos. I can't see Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs becoming tag team champions. That just sounds ridiculous.
In those Tundra commercials, though? Those Tundra commercials, imagine it with the titles.
How many? Let's just go off topic. How many Tundras do you think they've actually sold doing those commercials?
Enough.
One.
The same amount they would have sold if they weren't doing those commercials. I'm just saying.
I think that's an unfair comparison because moving a whole entire Tundra requires a lot of stuff. Because I bet you a lot of people, after seeing these commercials, went and tried to get a Tundra, but they were not approved. So we need to know how many people attempted to get a Tundra. I don't even know who got the Tundra.
In fairness to Boogs and Nakamura, no one is paying these gas prices to get the Tundra right now.
And the Tundra is a gas guzzler because I researched it at one point because I wanted a Tundra.
So who you got, Eric? Win the match?
Oh, I think the Usos retain. I mean, as Mandy said, like Nakamura and Boogs as tag team champions, I don't know if they have enough momentum behind them for that. I mean, yeah, getting Nakamura with gold again would be interesting, but still, I just don't think you take it off the Usos just yet. Unless Roman is losing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If Roman loses and it's gonna be hell for the bloodline, that means everybody lost in the bloodline had a WrestleMania, which I don't also see happening.
So what I see happening What I see happening is the return of the Nakamura low blow to Boogs.
You know,
And Nakamura enjoys the bloodline. He's family.
You know, I think I'm changing. I think I'm going Nakamura and Rick Books because I think it makes more sense because I think Sheamus and Ridge Holland are going to defeat the New Day, and then you can feud Nakamura and Boogs.
Can we not skip ahead? Only one team tag team title match at the same time. One tag match at the same time. Moving on. New Day versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland with Butch and ringside. Eric, what are your opinions on this match?
Butch is going to pay huge dividends and get a win over the multi-time champions of the New Day. I feel like that's what's going to happen. Sheamus and Ridge are going to win this match because guess what? The New Day can take a loss and nobody will bat an eye. Nobody will.
I feel like this is a pre-show match and it's disgusting. I hate that Big E is hurt because I think the 6-man with Butch and Ridge and Sheamus would have been better than what we're getting at this show. Manny, how do you feel about this?
I've got the New Day winning. After last year where both Xavier Woods and Kofi had to put over Omos, essentially bump like hell for the big giant Omos, I think
AJ was in that match too, Manny. AJ was in that match.
Yeah, but AJ didn't have to bump crazy for Omos. He was a recipient of he benefited from all that bumping for Omos.
Hey, Omos is getting back-to-back WrestleManias. That's what I would point out too.
I think they give the New Day the nod here. I think New Day wins. I don't think Sheamus and Ridge need to win.
But Manny, let me ask a question. If New Day got the win,
I'm the host here, please. I'm the host here. Go ahead, ask your question, Seth.
Manny, but if the New Day got the win, do we really want to see the New Day versus the Usos again? I mean, I know it's a good match, but we've seen this so many times.
I don't think you're going to get any better from the New Day. I mean, the Usos versus Sheamus and Ridge.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get any of these. I don't think we're getting Usos and New Day again as a tag team thing. I do have the New Day can win, and Ridge is probably taking the pin. But I don't think we're going that route. This is not it's not a contenders match, as they call it on the streets.
Okay.
All right. So moving on to the match I know that Eric can't wait for. It is his boy, Happy Corbin, with Angela and Madcap Moss against the Scottish psychopath who isn't that anymore, Drew McIntyre.
As you like to call him, the pandemic champion. For me personally, I have not been behind Happy Corbin.
I said Mandy first.
I am a Baron Corbin fan, not a Happy Corbin fan. However, it's going to be Drew McIntyre.
You have to like him in all facets of his career.
Yeah.
All facets of his career.
Yeah. Drew McIntyre is going to win this match.
Hold on. Your opinion is unsanctioned because I went to Mandy first.
Oh, sorry. I went like the grand finale. I went rogue. My bad.
Manny, what is your opinion about your fellow used to be countryman Drew McIntyre?
He's not my countryman.
He's Scottish, Marcus.
No. Remember, Manny told me this when he was the champion.
Oh yeah. When he's a champion, we extend and we call ourselves the United Kingdom. But when he loses, he becomes from Scotland again, and then there's a divide again between England and Scotland.
Unity.
I don't care. I don't understand the point of this match. Like, they need to give Drew McIntyre something to do, but really, was this it? Really?
All right, Eric. Now you can give a sanctioned opinion.
I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm sorry. I just found out that Bobby Wagner signed with the Rams. I don't understand why the Rams spending all this money, but
repeat. That dated this when this was getting coming out exactly when Bobby Wagner got signed.
Marcus, we already announced that this was done right after you did the Untitled Benny Marcus show.
No, we said sometime around then. Who knows? In a parallel universe, in the multiverse of madness that is our network. Anyway, I have Baron Corbin winning the match and beating Drew McIntyre, which forces Drew to go off ahead and maybe go heel or something to change it up.
No, I've got Madcap turning on him.
Yeah, I can see Madcap turning before.
I can also see Drew McIntyre being the first person to kick out at the end of days and still losing the match.
I could also say that this will be the match that people who attend WrestleMania would be more appreciative towards because this will be the match that allows you to go to the bathroom and not worry about missing anything.
Oh, okay. No. I believe the Logan match is the Divas.
Oh no, I was about to do it. Booyaka, booyaka. The Mysterios versus Miz and Logan Paul. Eric, who do you have, and what do you expect from this match? Is it another Bad Bunny moment for the Miz?
I don't think Lucha Logan has what Bad Bunny has. I don't think he has that ability to do it, and I really feel like this is one of two things can happen. Either A, we get what everybody wanted to have happen. We finally get Dominic turned on his father, which causes them the match where Miz and Logan Paul win. I mean, if we get that, it's the greatest WrestleMania ever. However, I don't think Dominic is ready to turn on his father just yet. So Dominic, I think the Mysterios are going to get the win.
Dominic needs something, man. He got no personality. He needs something. He needs to turn on his father pronto.
I mean, his daddy told everybody he was the future of Lucha. You look at him like, no, he's not. He's too tall to be the future of Lucha.
No, so what they said on Raw was the more interesting thing, where Dominic doesn't wear a mask because he hasn't earned that mask. I was like, how's he going to earn a mask when he can't jump out the shadow of his daddy?
But then who determines if he earned the mask or not? Is it Ray or
Ray?
No, it's a Lucha
committee. Manny, you are a former member of the Lucha committee. What do you think of this match coming up?
I mean, it's going to be terrible. Like, it's going to be god awful. Like, Dominic and Logan Paul seem like they're at the same level, even though Dominic's had more wrestling training. I haven't been a fan of Rey Mysterio for a very long time. Like, he doesn't entertain me anymore. I was a fan of his original knees. I'm not a fan of these knees.
So, Manny, what you're saying is that you would prefer if Ray would just have showed up with his son as his son was learning how to wrestle in NXT instead of being brought up on the main roster.
Yeah,
and the shenanigans that we have.
I think we all noticed that when Dominic seemed like he fitted in that NXT realm, but like he just seems so out of place everywhere else because he's just playing second part to his dad.
Because I would hook him up with Santos Escobar because they need some size in that group, but I would let Dominic be that size in that group.
You know. Who would you let go, Raul?
Gotta let Joaquin Phoenix go because he ain't really Mexican.
What the hell?
How dare you fry the Filipino? How dare you fry the Filipino in that Mexican group?
Manny, he can go join his own. He can start his own Filipino faction. You got Caden Carter over there. Come on, you can do some stuff like that. Maybe call Shotzi back down.
He's starting bad with that. We're gonna build from this. I don't even know how to come back for that. All right, moving on to the.
Wait, what's your thoughts on this dumb match?
Yeah, man.
I think it's going to be a surprise, and I think it's going to be better than advertised. Although I don't think it's going to be that good, it's going to be better than advertised.
So that's not even saying anything, Marcus.
I think it's going to be there. I think it's going to be there. Logan Paul never tags in.
Compare Logan to Bad Bunny. What do you think?
Bad Bunny wanted this and apparently needed this in his life, as he only talks about this in his interviews. It's the greatest experience of his life, no matter how many sellouts he get. So I have to say, Bad Bunny will be better than Logan Paul. Logan Paul is doing what he does normally, collect a paycheck.
Manny, I think it's unfair to compare Logan Paul to Bad Bunny. I think the proper comparison is going to be Logan Paul to Johnny Knoxville, since they're both appearing at WrestleMania.
Johnny Knoxville's going to kill himself.
What celebrity is going to have a bigger impact? Whether he kills himself or not, I personally prefer Johnny Knoxville because I think me being a 40-something-year-old male, I could give a damn about a Logan Paul. Give a damn.
Okay, so moving on to, and you know what? I'm always shocked when I say this, and I shouldn't be anymore, but in the modern times, the two biggest matches of WrestleMania are the women's matches. Where years ago, when Cora and Jade was watching, this wasn't even considered. These were like pre-show matches. So the first match,
the toilet break matches.
Marcus, can I ask a question for you? Can I ask you a question? I want to ask you a question, sir.
Yes.
Marcus, we have two matches. Arguably, one of these matches is going to be the main event. Who gets the top billing? Is it Becky?
What? Let me host the show.
No, because the only reason why I say that, because Marcus, I do feel whoever doesn't get the main event will be the curtain, will be opening the show. I think that's how it works.
Bianca and Becky are the curtain jerking match. They are not the main event. Ronda and Charlotte are the main event because those are Vince's girls. So that's why I was going to say. I was going to say it like this. And what I have decided it's going to be the main event, but it's not my main event. It would be Charlotte versus Ronda. Is who you guys got? Will it be a good match? Are you going to enjoy it? I know you guys hated the build, but whatever is going on with that. I will go first for this. Charlotte wins because I think they want to keep Charlotte's WrestleMania undefeated streak alive because I think she has that.
No, no.
To who?
She's in the triple threat.
No, she won. Oh, she's never been pinned. She's never been pinned. Sorry, never been.
She's never pinned or tapped out at WrestleMania, but realistically her record is whatever it is and won.
I got Charlotte Flair winning now. I got Charlotte winning. Eric, what do you got?
I got this match opening the show. I think it's going to be Charlotte and Ronda opening the show. I also have Charlotte retaining the title, and I think it will be a good match. My issue is not with Ronda Rousey's wrestling ability, is that I just don't need her talking on the microphone. I don't need that in my life, but I'm taking Charlotte in the situation.
Manny, what say you?
I think Charlotte. I don't think Ronda's actually enjoying this run. It just comes off like she's just there for the bag. Like she really just gives off this vibe of I don't want to be here. Like
the question should be Logan Paul or Ronda Rousey. Who cares more?
Logan's trying to sell what's that drink he's selling? Prime. He's trying to sell Prime across America and the UK with KSI, another YouTuber. Ronda's just there to collect a paycheck because like she doesn't really want to be there. Look at her face, look at her demeanor, just everything about it is just like she doesn't want to be there.
And that's enough. That was time for enough talk, guys. Now it is time for the main event in wrestling wise for night one. Bianca Becky. Main event of WrestleMania, in my opinion. They tried to cut each other hair. They haven't announced his hair versus hair, but I would do it. I would do it in a minute because that would put more asses in the seats. Get that beefcake out there, cutting hair and shit, ready to go. Eric, who do you have winning this match?
You know, this is a hard match to call, and I think this might be the match of the night in WrestleMania. I think this is the one match that WWE, the one thing on Raw, is the one match that is built up that you look forward to see. From when Bianca whipped Becky, and then she cuts Becky's hair. It really makes Bianca seem like she's the bad person in this situation, but we all know Becky.
She tried cutting her hair first.
She tried, but she was not successful. An attempt is not the same as actually doing it,
what?
Marcus. And I want to point out that I think it's hold on. I will call Bianca Belair a hypocrite because she tells Becky, "Don't touch my hair," but then she goes and cuts Becky's hair. You can't start telling somebody not to touch your hair, then you cut somebody else's hair. Hypocrite.
He provoked it.
She attempted
her for weeks to cut that braid off.
If I attempt to shoot you and I miss and you have a gun on you, you're not going to shoot me back.
Manny, I'm a man of peace. And
there is hours of footage of you proving that you are not a man of peace, you hippo and a great.
You're Petty LaBelle, Petty Mayonnaise, Tom Petty and the Heartbreaker. Petty Pettigrew.
No, I'm just saying. Bianca, Bianca was wrong. She started this war when she attacked her with that foreign object.
Peter Pettigrew is a better name.
The braid is an illegal object that she is using to win matches, and I understand where Becky was coming from.
Bianca stated, "If you don't touch my hair, I will not use it as a weapon." Once you invoke the hair in the match, you are invoking the weapon. You are provoking her. It's like when you bring a chair into the ring, and it's not my fault you landed on that.
But I think, honestly, of all the matches on night one, this is the one that has the most momentum and the most exciting thing that I'm waiting for. Like, I look forward to this match.
I don't know how you guys have NXT not being better than night one.
That's a good point, Marcus. It's a fair argument.
That is true, but I have a feeling the women's matches will surprise us and make us forget about what actually happened on NXT for some reason.
A lot of bum-ass tag matches on this night one.
Yeah, they really didn't mix it up.
Speaking of bum-ass tag matches, night two.
Wait, did Manny pick his person?
Oh, Manny, did you pick?
Be a host, Marcus.
There's one more thing I forgot too.
Be a man, Hulk.
Did you pick? Who you got?
I didn't. I think I think you've got to get Bianca that title back. I think you upset so many members of that black community of wrestling fans. SummerSlam with that 28-second loss. I think you have to recuperate that.
Manny, Marcus, I'm sorry. I know you want to speak for Betty. The wrestling industry has been disappointing black fans throughout the entire year. Let me just point out, we could go back as recent as this past episode of Dynamite. If you watch Jon Moxley versus Jay Lethal, you saw the big fat black man who was sandwiched in between the two white couples in there who was cheering his ass off for Jay Lethal. Every time he thought Jay Lethal was going to get that win, he did not get that win. He left disappointed that night. And that's what's going to happen. Becky's going to retain his title.
I got Becky losing. Bianca has to win. I think the storyline, like Manny said, because this is actually a long storyline that's went on since SummerSlam. Somehow Bianca got sidetracked into some mess.
Because she got dropped.
Yeah, she beat Doudrop 700 times in this process. I have to say, Bianca's going to get her comeuppance on Becky this night. All right, so now moving on to the finish of the show. I don't know. Nope. The finish of night one, the KO show. Steve Austin and Kevin Owens. I don't even know how to say what we're to expect from this one.
I don't care.
What do you guys expect from this? And I'll go with Mandy since Eric doesn't care. And another unsanctioned answer. Another unsanctioned.
You gonna find me? You gonna find me? Find me there.
Marcus, I have a problem with this because every time he does something unsanctioned, the lights never go off. I'm very disappointed with Eric and his unsanctioned behavior. Marcus, I would say I have something interesting to come on. They're going back to Saudi in September, I think. I think this KO show sets up Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold Steve Austin in Saudi Arabia.
Oh man, he going with the deep.
I think this is what's happening. Because I think Stone Cold Steve Austin's obviously going to stun KO, and then this is going to continue. He's going to throw jibes here and there in the lead up to the next Saudi show, which is later on in the year.
Yeah, I have KO stunning or getting stunned by Austin, and them having like a mini brawl or whatnot, and then KO gets beat up by all the wrestlers he's talked about from Texas, Booker T, JBL, whoever they have in the arena, Emmett Smith. Whatever they have in the arena that they can pull out. Just to leave that crowd to go home happy in the end. So, Eric, in a sanctioned answer, as you do not care about this, what do you have happening?
Now, I know unsanctioned Eric didn't care, but sanctioned Eric still doesn't care.
All right.
They're going to do talking. They're going to talk.
Can I ask a question? It's been spoken that Shane McMahon is returning to WrestleMania this weekend. Would you throw him in and around this spot to get stunned, and we get that beer stunner that we normally get from Shane McMahon? The beer spray.
No.
Where do you think Shane McMahon's going to go then?
Nowhere. Maybe the Raw after Mania?
No, there's a sneaky suspicion he's facing off with Seth Rollins.
I hope he aligns himself with Corbin.
No, I kind of feel like I think what's gonna happen
Corbin, my man. Corbin.
I think they're gonna do this. I think they're gonna have Shane come out for the Seth Rollins situation, and then he's gonna announce Cody Rhodes. I think that's what's gonna happen, because I think you're gonna get that initial respect of Shane getting booed out the building, and then next thing he's like, oh, here's Cody Rhodes.
Carmelo of this year.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. Sticky situation if Shane comes out either way. I think everybody had enough of Shane after hearing about the Dirt Sheet Royal Rumble stories. Surprise, he's back. So night 2, April 3rd. We're going to start off with a ragtag tag match of ragtag tag matches where they threw all these random women together just to make a match. With your girl Natalya making it to WrestleMania, where her partner Shayna Baszler, the team against Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, against the makeshift team of Team Black or Team Bad.
Team Black.
Sasha Banks and Naomi. And then Queen Selena and Carmelo as the champions defend their title in this match of matches. The Divas Classic, as I like to call it.
Mr. Host, you left out Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, just to let you know.
Second. I said them second.
Oh.
Who you got, Eric? Instead of
I gotta
for my
pick somebody, huh?
Listen to my voice.
I gotta pick somebody, huh? You know,
yeah.
For whatever reason, I think they've been trying to do this for a long time to make this a thing. I think they're gonna give the titles to Ripley and Morgan because they've been trying to put gold around Liv Morgan for a long time. It just ain't clicking. So I think I can see them becoming the tag team champions.
Rhea needs to go solo. Manny, how do you feel about Doudrop not getting a payday?
It's just sad, man.
She's
just sad. Natty couldn't call up Doudrop. Natty's a horrible person.
Better yet, Doudrop couldn't team with Shayna. I would prefer that to happen.
You know, Natty's got the pull in that women's division.
Yeah, it's called her sister.
Hey.
Manny, who you got in this match?
I'm in agreement with Eric. This is her brutality. Rhea's going to win with Liv Morgan and carry Liv Morgan for 3 months until they break up again.
Until Rhea turns on Liv. That's what's going to happen.
Here is when I disagree with both of you guys in this match.
You've done this whole thing.
Yes. But I am going to say Sasha Banks in the streak.
No, I want that streak to continue. I want that streak to continue.
Called the Women's Tag Team Championship.
Let me ask a question, Marcus.
Sasha Banks needs to take another mental health break.
Let me point out
there's anything wrong with that.
If I was going to end my 0-7 streak, I don't think I want to win a match. My first win to be with Naomi. I don't want that to happen.
It's happening.
But she's amazing.
Right. Oh, like if this was Sasha and Bayley teaming up again, yeah. But nah.
All right. Second match, we are going with my boy, the Big Colossus, Omos, versus the Almighty Bobby Lashley. Eric, what do you think of this black on black crime at WrestleMania?
I don't know who asked for this. I don't know.
Marcus asked for it. He's been asking for all these matches in the last few weeks.
I don't understand how MVP couldn't stop this. We're like, hey, Bobby, we don't need this. We got to sit together as a brother. I don't want this because this is the definition of big men, one who can work, one who can't work. I think it's more risk of Bobby getting hurt.
Yeah.
Bobby got to win.
Bobby got to win, I agree. But, Manny, how do you feel?
As I've already mentioned on Thursday's show, I live vicariously through Bobby Lashley, and I'm running through that wall of Omos, and I'm destroying Omos. He'll be 1-1 at WrestleMania.
1-1 Omos record. Shout out to Omos for his streak.
He made his debut at WrestleMania. Who can say they did that?
But I'm going to go as well with Bobby. Bobby has to win. I don't see why. Why would Bobby lose this? Why would he come back for this? Next match on the card is the first celebrity match: Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn in a falls count or anything goes or whatever kind of match it is. I will go first on this one. I think this is going to be fun, entertaining, and Knoxville's going to get fucked up by Sami Zayn to win the match though somehow. I don't know how he wins, but he's going to win the match so Sami can complain about his conspiracy. Manny, what do you think about Knoxville Zayn?
If Shane McMahon doesn't appear on night 1, he's doing some crazy shit with Johnny Knoxville on night 2.
Why? Why would they die together?
Why? Because Shane hasn't fallen off something in a very long time. Johnny Knoxville likes doing crazy shit. These things go hand in hand.
Eric, what do you have
do this often. I don't do this often, and I don't use this multiple times, but I'm going to say ditto. I agree with both of you in this situation. I'll leave it at that.
All right. The second celebrity match, which I think is going to somehow surprise people of being a good match, is my boy, Pat McAfee, versus Vince's boy, Austin Theory, in a match that I like to call the Sharpshooters versus WWE. Man, Eric, how do you feel about this match, and what do you think is going to go down?
I feel this is where Shane comes into play, and he costs us Austin Theory the match to screw over his father, and Pat McAfee gets the win.
Ooh, the screw over the father part. Manny, do you have the second father betrayal of the weekend? As if Dominic is turned on Ray and now Shane is turned on his father. Do you have the same thing as Eric has?
No, but I don't think this match is going to be very good. Austin Theory is no Adam Cole. Like Adam Cole and Pat McAfee had a great match on an NXT takeover, but that was largely because Adam Cole is really good in the ring. Austin Theory isn't as good. I don't think this match is going to be really good. But I still have Pat McAfee winning. I think this is Vince McMahon's final lesson for him.
Expect the unexpected.
Shane comes in and gives him some of them punches.
Now, in theory, being Vince's boy, do you have Vince coming at ringside or doing anything that involves him at all in this, other than Shane attacking him? Nothing, right?
Nothing.
All right, I got Pat winning the match somehow, and I don't know why. I got to be in a good match. I think they can just do some spots here and there, and it make it work.
I can't wait for Pat's swanton because you know he's doing that.
Yeah.
Mark, say I go first when you talk about the tag match?
Who said I was talking about the tag match?
Because you got the tag match, then you got. I think you would go.
I was going to go with the judge and AJ Styles. Now that he decided to become the law, because it is a non-title match and it is just on the show. What do you have of old Aleister Black versus the phenomenal AJ Styles, Eric?
I think it's gonna probably be a good chance to be match of the weekend. I mean, it's not gonna be a pre-tape match like Edge versus Randy, but I think the idea of them, these two vets going there and they haven't touched, they're gonna try to do everything they can to put on the show. And I think at the end of it, Edge wins, and this time AJ takes a vacation. Because it's always the other way around where the person beats Edge and Edge takes a vacation and he comes back. I think AJ, since he re-inked that new deal, he gets some time off now.
Okay, Manny. I think I know you, but I want to know, what is your answer for this match between Edge and AJ?
You think
Styles?
you know me?
You don't know me.
You think you know me?
On this day.
Did you see clearly, Marcus?
So, Manny, what do you got? Do you see clearly?
I see clearly that I don't want Edge to win, but I feel like the way he lost last year at WrestleMania, I think he's gonna win, and I think I know how he's gonna do it. The same reason you hurt your back. Hurricane Runners off the top rope.
I hope he lands the Hurricane right off the top rope. WrestleMania Night 2 would be the greatest WrestleMania of all time if he lands the Hurricane right off the top rope.
If he does a Hurricane run off the top rope, you will see me do this. If Mark is on stream, like that, because you know that's gonna happen.
Love you, bro. Love you. I got this being the best match of the WrestleMania card. I think because Edge hasn't had a match since he's come back that was under 45 minutes or something. I think this is going to be a barn burner of two veterans and doing a masterclass of a match. I can't see this being bad at all.
You talk about me saying slobber knocker, you go barn burner. I see how you do it.
Barn burner is different than slobber knocker. I said slobber knocker earlier and you just ripped me off. Now, Eric, we can talk about your boys. Rated RK Bro, Randy Orton, and his best friend, Matt Riddle, against the Street Profits, who turned heel with Montez Ford and his homie, against the Alpha Academy, Chad Gable, and Otis. Eric, who do you got?
Gentlemen, I think we're going to have a WrestleMania first. And honestly, I've realized I'm doing imaginary booking right here, but this is what I want to have happen. I feel Alpha Academy are going to win the titles because it's going for the first time ever in WrestleMania history. We're not going to have one turning, but we're going to have two turning on tag team partners. Randy will turn on Riddle, and Montez will turn on Dawkins, and it will end both tag teams, and the Alpha Academy will be the tag team champions. That's what I'm going to have a double. I'm going to throw you through the barbershop glass. That's what I'm hoping for.
So not only do we have fathers betraying, or sons betraying their fathers, basically brothers betraying each other as well in this match.
And be honest, if both of them return, you only feel bad about Randy turning on Matt because everybody wants to kick Dawkins to the curb.
Yep.
I don't think he's coming back from being called a homie, you know. I don't think he. There's no coming back from that.
Randy, why? Why, Randy? Why? You
Like he could have called him anything. He could have called him anything. There's no way Dawkins comes back from that. You just you're a side character.
Manny, he could not call him anything because it's something that Randy has already said that he could not call him.
Well, Randy had a few boos in it. He was like, "Yo, big nigga."
yeah.
So Manny, who do you got winning this match, and do you have the quadruple turn in which all partners turn on each other?
As much as I want to see that happen,
what are you doing? What are you doing? You want to be champions together? Yeah.
I don't see a double turn happening in
one. No, it's never happened.
I think the Street Profits win, and then Randy turns on Riddle. I think that's what we see, and we lead into the next match with Riddle crying in the ring. Why, Randy?
Randy, how could you turn to me, Randy? We did snowboarding together. We got high together. You know all this. So who'd you have? You have Street Profits winning?
Yeah.
I have Alpha Academy winning this match, or RK Bro. I think I'm going to go in between somewhere in there. I'm going to say RK Bro retains because that would be crowd pleasing, and the Street Profits can break up. Alpha Academy can do what they're doing. They get the titles maybe the next night, and RK Bro can maybe feud with the Usos, who are probably just going to be on Raw and unify the titles.
So basically, what you've done is sealed the fate of Angelo Dawkins on the post WrestleMania releases. You have sealed the fate of Angelo Dawkins.
As I expect Montez to say, as right before they say the Street Profits are up, but Montez go cut out. No, fam, my profits are up. Your time is up, and I want to smoke. I'm just saying that's the route I would go with. They feud for a little bit in Tez's new persona. All right, and now, guys, it is time for the main event of all of WrestleMania weekend. The biggest match in WrestleMania history, the unification match of Brock Lesnar against the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the king of the Island of Relevancy, Mr. Roman Reigns. This has been a WrestleMania. This is the third time main event in WrestleMania. 31, 34, and now. All of them got booed out the building. Do you have a similar occurrence, Eric, for this main event?
You going to me first? Because I thought you were going to go to Manny first.
So you don't want to go first? When I give you sanctioned questions, you don't care? Okay.
No, I prefer to be unsanctioned. I like to be unhinged, man. I like to be unhinged. I like to be off the chain.
Okay, Mox.
Yeah. You lunatic fringe.
I want to willer you to this shit right here. That's what I want to do.
I will X you out this show. You talk about willing you to again. Manny, how do you
Power to?
We've been talking about turns quite a lot. I think Paul Heyman turns again.
No, come on, man. We can't have a triple turn.
Let me tell you what. That bad intel in the space of 3 minutes on that SmackDown where Roman nearly got murdered by Brock Lesnar, that was a setup. I feel like that was a setup. I have a feeling Paul Heyman wants to be back with the reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Brock Lesnar. I think Brock Lesnar does it. I think Brock Lesnar ends the Roman streak at the grandest stage of them all.
Fascinating.
Unless
man gets involved.
Unless they somehow have signed The Rock for the next WrestleMania in Hollywood. And then we hold this, and then we keep this title reign going on until next year.
I'm holding the tag rope, man. Tag me in. I'm had the tag rope. There we go. So yes, I agree with Manny in this situation that I don't think Brock is going to win. I think the only way Brock wins is if they have not secured The Rock. I think Roman defeats Brock, and then next thing you know, is The Rock on there like, oh, so you think you're the head of the bloodline? I'll see you next year at WrestleMania. And we booked the WrestleMania main event a whole year in advance. But the thing about it, you could even do it with Rock and the Brock too. It works both ways.
The Brock can always brag about ending The Rock's career because he was technically his last main event match, other than the matches with Cena, and ended The Rock's last title reign or second to the last title reign or whatever convolution he's had over the past few years. But I have Roman winning. I don't have Brock winning. Brock doesn't want this schedule.
Brock said he's having the most fun he's ever had.
Yeah, but he don't even work with Raw and SmackDown. That's gonna take away the fun. Brock will step away for a bit. There's only one man who can beat Roman Reigns for that undisputed title, and I have Shane McMahon. Yeah, so I have Roman. I don't know who beats Brock, but maybe I don't know who Roman next.
Cody beats him. Cody beats him.
Tony D shows up with the respect and the disrespect at the same time.
Tony D'Angelo, the new Don. This is what it means to be the new Don. This is what the new Tony D'Angelo shows up with the crowbar and it hits him in the nuts. Well, that will be WrestleMania weekend. Gentlemen, how do you feel this weekend's going to go? Is it going to be good, or is the IWC going to be pissed and be complaining all weekend long until Monday?
Marcus, I'm going to answer this question. The IWC can never be happy. It can't be happy. If the IWC gave WWE a list of everything they wanted WWE to do, and WWE did that list verbatim, they would still be upset.
No. The problem with that list will be that I will not understand. Yeah, I won't like that list. Marcus probably won't like that list. We'll add other things to that list, and then they won't like that list. And it'll be a list of things no one can agree on.
Hold on, guys. The problem with that list will be simple. The IWC, it's just so predictable.
Yes.
This is the list you made.
Yes, I mean
the IWC is like Prince's mother, Eric, and they are never satisfied.
I'm gonna give the most generic and bland answers. There's going to be things that we love. There's going to be things that we are surprised by. And there are going to be things that we hate. And it's going to be simple as that. It's 2 days worth of wrestling. I think it's almost impossible to say that everybody is going to enjoy 100% of everything that happens on the show. I mean, even AEW fans can't say they love 100% of everything AEW does.
Oh, yes, they do.
Yes, they do. You go on that internet. I already hear it now. Double or Nothing greater than WrestleMania already. Double or Nothing doesn't even have a card yet.
All I heard, the thing I kept hearing revert back to is when Levi was talking about AEW sellouts, and they only sold 10,000 tickets, and complaining that about WrestleMania can't sell out when it's 100,000 tickets.
Over 2 nights.
I was losing busted up already.
No, over 2 nights, that's 200,000 tickets.
They had DDP on there, and DDP said that he prefers working in the smaller arenas than the big arenas, just because you can hear it more.
The stadiums, it's just a lot of noise. You don't really hear anything in the ring.
Can't really see anything either.
Because Andy Christian and also said the same thing. They thought their TLC match was a stinker at one of them because they couldn't tell the crowd reaction, and it sounded like it was nothing. Then they rewatched it. It was like, these people are going ape shit. You just can't hear nothing. So, fantastic, guys. We went through the whole card and of the weekend, and I think if anything to be said about this weekend, it will be memorable, whether good or bad. People will hate everything. So I hope you guys enjoy your WrestleManias, enjoy your NXT, enjoy your Supercard of Honor, all that shit that's going on over the weekend. Whatever indie show you're able to, any WrestleCon or Access or whatever else you go to in Texas this weekend. What are you gonna say, Eric?
I was gonna say, Marcus, you really did a great job keeping this under 20 minutes.
What I said was I was going to keep the no one's you haven't seen the post production where we only talk about 2 matches.
You mean if I upload this, you'll edit it?
No time. Bartholomew. So we're gonna release the uncut edition, the extended edition first.
And that's gonna be released. That's gonna be released via the audio. Like I think the audio people gonna be like, "Oh shit, we gonna have Two-Pay Tuesday. Then we're gonna have today's episode. Then they're gonna have another episode pop up, and then it might be another episode of the shoot because there's some interesting things to talk about right now that I just came across my feed."
Shoot that loop, that loop, that loop. Anyway, before I start singing more Salt and Pepper songs, you guys have a great day. For Manny Hayes, for Eric, the franchise hater, aka Shane Douglas, I am Marcus the Grand Finale, and this has been your Wrestlemania 38 pre-show. Stupendous pre-show.
Preview.
Yeah, it's preview, man.
Preview.
Yeah. Mr. Twitch.